Abishag was a young woman from the town of Shunem in Israel. She was chosen to serve King David in his old age, caring for him and keeping him warm. Though she was beautiful and faithful in her duty, she remained unmarried and was not David's wife. Let's dive in and see who this girl Abishag was. When King David was very old, he could no longer stay warm, even with many blankets. His servant said, "Let us find a young woman to care for the king and keep him warm." So they searched throughout Israel and found a beautiful young woman named Abishag from the town of Shunem. The messengers went to her family and said, "The king needs Abishag to serve him." Abishag agreed, knowing that serving the king was an honor. She left her home and traveled to Jerusalem, where she was brought before King David. When Abishag entered the palace, she saw King David, the great warrior who had once defeated Goliath and ruled Israel with strength and wisdom. But now he was weak and frail. Abishag served him with kindness. She made sure he was warm, brought him food, and took care of him in his final days. Though she lay beside him to keep him warm, she was not his wife, and they did not have any relationship beyond her role as his caretaker. At this time, one of David's sons, Adonijah, wanted to become king. He gathered horses, chariots, and men to support him. He also convinced important leaders like Joab, the commander of the army, and Abiathar, the priest, to support his claim. But Adonijah was not the chosen king. God had chosen Solomon, the son of Bathsheba, to be the next ruler. The prophet Nathan and Bathsheba reminded David of this promise. David then ordered that Solomon be crowned king, and the people celebrated with great joy. When Adonijah heard this, he became afraid and ran to the altar, seeking protection. After King David passed away, Solomon became the new king of Israel. One day, Adonijah approached Bathsheba, Solomon's mother, and said, "I have one request. Please ask King Solomon to let me marry Abishag the Shunammite." Bathsheba thought it was a small request and agreed to speak to Solomon. But when Solomon heard it, he became angry and said, "Why does Adonijah ask for Abishag? He might as well ask for the kingdom too." Solomon knew that in their culture, marrying a former servant of the king was a way to claim the throne. Adonijah was trying to take power in a sneaky way. Because of this, Solomon ordered Adonijah's execution, and he was put to death. And so, the kingdom remained with Solomon, as God had planned. Abishag remained in the palace, not as a wife to a power-hungry prince, but as a servant who had fulfilled her duty with honor. Her story teaches us that God is always in control. No matter how people try to take power for themselves, God's will always comes to pass. What we can learn from Abishag's story: serving others is an honor. Abishag did not seek fame or power. She was chosen to serve. In the same way, Jesus teaches us that true greatness comes from serving others. Mark 10 verses 43 to 45. God's plan cannot be stopped. Adonijah tried to take the throne, but God had already chosen Solomon. Proverbs 19 verse 21. Wisdom is important. Solomon understood that Adonijah's request was not simple but dangerous. We should also pray for wisdom in all situations. James 1 verse 5. Faithfulness in small duties matters. Abishag's faithfulness in her task made her part of God's bigger plan. Whatever job we have, we should do it faithfully. Colossians 3 verse 23. God uses ordinary people. Abishag was just a simple girl from a small town, yet God placed her in an important time in history. He can use anyone for his purpose. 1 Corinthians 1 verse 27. Abishag's story reminds us that God is in control and that he values those who serve with a humble heart. May we also trust his plan and serve him faithfully in whatever role he gives us. Please do not forget to comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Shalom.